I want to talk to you a little bit about mindfulness. You might have heard about mindfulness and you might not have. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is bringing your conscious awareness to this present moment. What does this mean? And how can we practice that? And why is this beneficial at all for everyone who's so busy with their lives? How do our mind and thoughts work? Our minds are constantly thinking, what should I do next? Worrying about the future, stressing, harping on the past. Our mind is always constantly thinking, what can I do next? Where should I go? We are called human beings, not human doings. We are always being, but our minds are constantly trying to find something to do. The reason why mindfulness is so beneficial for our lives to create a richer quality of life is because when do we ever sit in stillness for a few moments? When do we ever sit and observe what's going on? What are my senses feeling like? What are the thoughts that are coming in? How is my breath moving? What are the sounds I hear? What are the colors I see? Without judgment, without trying to make something happen. Instead, just being and experiencing everything that is happening. For some people that never do this, it can seem frightening, it can seem fidgety to sit. We're always trying to see, what can I do next? Do, which it is a beautiful thing. It's that drive to accomplish and to improve and to get things done and to get places in life. At the same time, do we really know ourselves? Do we ever sit and just experience what is happening to me, what is going on with me? What's amazing about doing this is that to sit in mindfulness and to notice the thought patterning without judgment, which is very rare. It's not something we naturally do. When we start and begin this process, it's very unnatural and it could seem like it's almost impossible. But with patience and compassion and taking out the time to do this act of self-love and connection within yourself creates such a richer life experience. I'll show you a few ways of how I do and practice mindfulness, and you'll understand how this makes a difference. Finding a comfortable seat, whether sitting, laying down on the floor, and finding a stillness in your body. So wherever you are, being still. Now, this practice is not about getting to a certain destination. It's not about changing the state you're in, because the state you're in is perfect. But it's about becoming the observer. It's about cultivating your awareness in this present moment. Instead of going along where your thoughts take you, you are separating from those thoughts by observing them, by noticing them, by bringing in a curiosity and a welcoming invitation of your thoughts. So wherever you are, if you have a minute to practice some mindfulness with me, you'll be still. Start to breathe deeply. Without judgment, without trying hard, just start breathing. Notice the quality of your breath. Notice if it's hard to breathe deeply. Don't try to change that. Allow it to be exactly how it is. Now let's bring our attention to our bodies. So, bringing your focus from your breath, which is continuing to move through you, to the sensations you feel in your body. Is there any stiffness? Is there any tightness? Is there any places of relaxation? Whatever it is, without trying to change it, just notice it. Become aware of what's happening within you. Something we don't get the chance to do so often. Get to know yourself. Don't try to change yourself. Just get to know. What am I feeling? How am I breathing? Do you hear any sounds? Maybe it's the sound of my voice. If you hear any other subtle sounds around you, maybe it's an air conditioner, maybe it's music or a car driving by. But just becoming aware of your senses, which is right here and now in this present moment. Now, let's bring our attention from the sounds to the breath. Back to the breath, which is really the foundation of our existence in this physical body. So, remembering to continue that breath in and out, filling up the belly, and exhaling fully. We're going to bring our attention from the breath to the thoughts. So I can imagine the thoughts are wild. There's thoughts racing. If not, that's great too. But in this world these days, everyone's minds are usually racing. So instead of getting lost in them and trying to figure out them or trying to change them or let them be exactly how they are, start to become the awareness, the observer of your thoughts, noticing them, acknowledging them, and then going to the next one. What this is really doing is we're taking the judgment off of our being and off of our thoughts and off of our life, and we're just noticing it. And this is really building a connection with yourself. It's allowing you to take off the judgment, which usually we put on ourselves, constantly judging if our thoughts are right or if they're wrong, if they're good or if they're bad, but not acknowledging the fact that it just is. This is what our thoughts are. This just is what my body's feeling. I don't have to try to change this feeling in my body or the thought that's coming up. I could just allow it to come and show me what is it trying to tell me? What is this message my brain and my body is sending me? And through that, we can start to accept, open our hearts to acceptance of our own selves. Instead of always trying to become some different kind of version, change everything about ourselves, we get to really show up fully here and now with full acceptance of ourselves, knowing that we're imperfectly perfect just as we are. There's so much to say about mindfulness and about being in this present moment, but I hope this practice allowed you to become aware of yourself without judgment and really bringing yourself into this present moment and out of this overwhelming space that we get so lost in every single day. Just take those few minutes in that day, whatever day it is for you or whatever moment it is for you, that you feel you need to do that. If you feel you're not fully embodying this present moment and you want to, because it gives you a much richer and fuller life experience. I hope that you can remember this practice, and anytime you feel overwhelmed with things going on, stressed out or anxious, or even if you're feeling good and you just want to appreciate the present moment a little bit more, just sit down, be still, become in touch with the senses, with the things around you, and really take off that judgment and just be aware of what is happening to you right now, and that ultimately it's a gift. It really is. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any other questions on mindfulness, please reach out to me. Mindfulness is really something that changed my life so much. And you know, I'm not perfect at all. There's days that I forget to practice, and I realize that day is just, my brain is much more all over the place. And the days that I do bring this awareness and consciously bringing this awareness through my thoughts, through my day, I'm able to separate myself from my thoughts and feelings and realize I'm so much more than that. I'm so much more than thoughts and feelings. I'm part of such a bigger picture. And so are you, and so is everyone on this planet. Life would be such a more richer place if we continue to practice being here and now and accepting ourselves, allowing us to accept others as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.